All right, that was Mr. Eazi and Gigs with London Town. We have got Mr. Eazi in the building, and we both agreed that that beat is nasty.
I mean, it's evil.
Evil,
That's
nasty, dirty.
It's dangerous.
The first time I remember I actually saw, I think I saw it on your page.
Yeah.
I saw Mr. Eazi and Gigs, and I was like, oh, hello. And then I was like, send it to me, send it to me. And I heard it and I was like, this is crazy. It was actually my song of the week, I think about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, maybe you need to repeat it one more time, song of the week.
Alright, first off, how did you get Uncle Gigs on that?
You know, I met Gigs at one of like my very first performances in Nigeria. That was a Boiler Room. Okay. And then, you know, he headlined, I played as well. And we've just been very good friends. So, like, a lot of people don't know we're like very good friends.
Really?
We talk a lot.
Oh, wow.
And he's been like, even all my other songs, if you check his wall, you see him promoting them for me. So,
that's good.
it was like, we gotta do something.
Gigs is not a man of many words.
Yeah.
I've interviewed him and he was quite quiet. Yeah. Let me just say that. So what was the chemistry like when you were in the studio? Obviously, is this the first time you guys stepped in the studio?
No, we done two.
Okay.
But this was the one we were feeling the most. The first one we had every time, like, I send him records, he sends me records, but it doesn't ever work. So we go in the studio. I gave him the first one, we recorded it, and then he called me. Imagine I was about to put it out, I put out artwork for it, and then he hit me up. He's like, yo, Eazi, I don't think that's the one. We gotta go in. So I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh, wow.
You were a bit disappointed.
Here we go. But then I go into the studio, Beat Freaks, they brought the beat. It's actually, you see that beat is Beat Freaks and Chopsticks.
Yeah.
And just very own
Chopsticks.
Yeah.
I've from like a few years ago, I've been a massive fan of Chopsticks.
I didn't even know he could come that hard, you know. And then I just sent it to Gigs and he's like, yo, come here. So I just went, recorded it. It was so many people in the studio.
Were you a bit nervous?
Just having fun. No. When I heard his verse though, I was like, nah. And so I took it. You know them ones where you hear the verse and then you have to take it home, like homework. So I had to take it back.
So you didn't do your bit in the studio?
No, I did only the bang things, not the London Town. And then I took that to him. And
does that happen to you often when you're working with someone and, you know, you're working on a record together and you've kind of, you know, laid down your verse and then you hear theirs and you're like, hang on a second, I'm just going to take this home and do it again?
To be honest, this is the first time. Like, when I heard, and you know, I expected him to do like 12 bars to like do a very short verse, but he
was like, all over the song.
Yeah, it's like, yo, he's like, nah, easy. This one is the one. So this was the first time I had to go back, and I was even scared to send it to him because, you know, it's like the both of us is like he's a fan, he's a big brother as well. So if he's not feeling it, he'll tell me, and it's some way when you send like someone you look up to, you send them a verse. And they're like, no, I'm not feeling it. Like, it's, you know. So,
it's a bit heartbreaking.
Yeah, so I was like, I was like, nah, dude, he was, send it. But finally, when I sent it, he called me, like, we were talking for 1 hour. He's like, oh, I see you, this is cheating.
It's good. I love it.
Yeah.
It's doing well here. How is it doing in other parts of the world?
I think it's been like my fastest, on streaming, it's been like my fastest growing song ever. So it's done 2 million in 2 weeks on Spotify, Apple Music, and I think when it dropped, it went straight to A-list playlist track of the week for 2 different shows. So it's been there. I saw Gigs performing it at Park Live.
Already? Have you performed it?
Yeah, we performed it at Afro Republic like 2 days after I dropped.
Okay.
And then I've not performed it.
What was the reception like?
Oh, I was mad. When he came on, it's like nobody expected him to come on. So when he came on, it was a madness. But I saw him performing at Park Life and he called me. He's like, they're already singing this song. Yo, they're already. He's like, we need to do more of this. We need to perform this together. So I guess it's going to be a busy summer.
Yeah, and the video is quite dark as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the video and it actually matches the song.
It's dark, it's different.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not the regular chilled me. That's like
wasn't it shot on a bus or something?
No, it was shot in an underground.
Oh, underground. Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
the
It
tube.
looked a bit. Yeah, I thought it was either the bus or train or something.
Yeah.
So you have been quite busy since we last spoke. When were you here last? Was it last year or the
Yeah, I think
was
it
it
was
last
last
year?
year. Yeah, it was last year.
And you gave us like a lesson
Yeah,
on
it was last year.
the
It was
music
long.
business.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was quite interesting. That was very insightful.
Yeah, for me too.
So let's just have a quick catch up. What have you been up to? You've signed to Mad Decent. Okay, let's talk about the labels that you are associated with and the labels that you're signed to.
Yeah.
Okay. So labels that you are associated with.
So let's start with associated with. So Universal Africa. So I have my own label, Banco Music. So I'm with my friends there looking at me. I'm sure they're waiting for shout out. But you don't get it today.
Why?
They don't get it today. Yeah. So I have Banco Music, and then this year I've done a licensing deal with Universal Africa for Just Africa and just on my next project, Lagos to London.
And what exactly does that mean?
So what a licensing deal means is it's time based. So for X number of years, they could monetize on that project in Africa alone.
Right.
And then they also, so there's an upfront fee to the label, to my label, and there's a marketing fund for the project. And let's say for instance, it's 2 years. So for the next 2 years, they can exploit the song, the music, to get revenue and get their advance back. And then
so that's
after
really,
the 2 years, it comes back to me.
It's up to them to do whatever they.
Yeah, it's up to them to do what they. It's just like you've made Coke. You've made
a drink.
A drink.
Say a drink.
Yeah. So let's say you've made a drink. You've made Tools Juice, right? Tools Juice.
Would people buy Tools Juice?
You will never know. So you made Tools Juice, and then you say for Africa, you want to give it to
a certain
the Beat
distributor
Superstore.
Okay, right.
So it's so you give the rights to the Beat Superstore
to sell and
it
promote
in that region.
Yeah.
So you do another one. So what we've been doing is our label is trying to find out a format that's different from what everybody else has tried, and try things differently. See, it might work, it might not work, but it's totally different.
I mean, well, it's kind of working for you because you get like an upfront fee.
Yeah, so you get an upfront fee per market, and then you get a marketing budget that you don't. So you no more spend your money on the music.
Yeah.
So I've done that with Universal for Africa. And just for me, not for the entire label, just for my next project. And then in the UK, I've done Colombia UK.
Right.
So Colombia UK, the same kind of thing, but instead of giving Colombia UK the entire project, I just giving them 2 songs. So
and they paid you a fee for
so
that.
there's another advance.
How much did they pay?
And another marketing fund.
How much did they pay?
Some money.
Okay. You're not going to tell me the exact amount, but let's just try and get an idea. How many figures?
I don't know. I have to ask my accountant. I do finance.
That's how you know people are making money for that. I don't know how much I was paying.
So
is it 5 figures or 6 figures?
What's 5 figures? It's a lot of money.
20,000 pounds?
Nah, that's too small.
100,000 pounds?
Up.
200,000 pounds?
Go up.
Are you joking?
No. Just for 2 records.
500,000 pounds.
Let me just say the Regals. Can I?
No.
Okay, let me just say.
Why? Let him talk. This is a free interview.
It's a very
You guys acting like SARS right now. Is that right?
It's a very it's enough money for the label to think it's a big deal and make it priority. So that's why you see when we dropped London Town, you see billboards, you see the morale, because they're trying to make sure they make their money back, because they have the project. They have 2 songs. For
Which
a short period of time. So they have London Town and my next single.
Your next single.
So Overload is not on the project. So they have London Town and my next single. And then based on how they do these 2 records, I'll decide whether to give them the entire project for the UK. And then we'll do another different deal for Europe, and another different deal for America, and another deal. We'll break the territories
trying to maximize as much as possible. All right, so let's just say I think £500,000. That sounds about right.
I don't know.
Oh my! You're looking at me in a very scary way. Can you stop that, please?
You're talking money.
Anyways, So I feel like we're gonna go back to school. We're gonna go. You know, last time you took us to music business school, and I think we're gonna do that again. So let me just break this down again. So you gave Columbia UK 2 records, London Town, the one that I just played, and another single that hasn't been released yet.
Property.
And then they've paid you. They paid you a certain fee up front. And that means they get the rights to the song.
Yeah, for a number of years.
For how many years?
I think it's 7 years.
For 7
5
years.
or 7 years. Yeah?
So what does that mean? Does that mean if you what? Does that mean if you perform the song?
No. That just means that the sales from the songs
go to them.
Sales from, for instance, London Town.
Yeah.
All the sales in the UK and
Just
UK alone. All the sales in the UK.
Streams and
just the streams and the sales.
Yeah.
Go to them except YouTube. So YouTube is a different deal. So, but for the music sales, it goes to them and they recoup from the percentage we have. So, say for instance,
and let's just say the fee that they paid you is more than the money that they recoup. That's their business.
No. So when they finish recouping, then the percentages change, and we start sharing money on it. So I start getting a larger chunk because they've made back their money and now they're in profit zone.
But that's only if they recoup that amount.
That's only and if they don't recoup, it's like okay.
It's their business.
It's like
so it's like, that's actually very interesting because you know nowadays you know a lot of these big labels are signing lots of African artists. People get very excited. But you haven't technically done that. You're doing deals with them. So why are you doing deals as opposed to signing? So why didn't you just sign with Columbia? Why didn't you sign with Universal?
It's it's about learning from everybody that has done. Of course, almost every time I speak to the band and he tells me, oh, I did it this way, but I think you should do it this way, or let's try it this way, and at the end of the day, the band, because like if you look at it, the band has had the most successful in terms of like Nigerian music in the past, say 10 years. He's had the most successful single with Oliver Twist that was top 10 in the UK. There's nobody that's done that. I think
was it number 7?
Yeah, I think I can't remember, but I know it was top 10. No one has done that, and so speaking with people like the band, my advisors, we just say let's do it differently. So if one person signed a global deal, what were the good things that we learned from there? What did we not like from there? Okay, if Mr. B, learning from Eazi, learning from the band, learning from Davido, learning from Burna Boy, and everyone that has gone before us, and saying, okay, let's try and do things different. It's not fail proof, but it's like, okay, let's try something different. And we've made sure that they've set up a marketing fund, and the marketing is non-recoupable. So we're not really keen on the advance because the money is just a loan. That's what it is. It's a loan on your music, but the marketing fund is like, this is how much we're gonna spend. So when we're signing, we say, you guys tell us how much you go spend to promote this music, to give them more incentives to work hard. And this way you can work with them and say, yo, you're not promoting it well. If you don't do it well, I'm dropping my next single, and you guys have only 2. Like, give them more incentive, and hopefully by the end of the day, it's the music. No matter how much you spend on a record, if the music is not good,
it's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, this way, doing it this way, doesn't it mean that you have more? You have more say in what you do?
Yeah, exactly.
So, for example, you're not tied to any record label.
No.
There are certain artists that signed, international, deals, and then they've basically had to work a certain way. I think David, he did sort of complain about having to work a certain way, and the fact that I think it's Sony he's with. And the fact that they have a calendar, and they can say your debut album is coming out in 2 years, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that means you don't have to stick to those rules. You can basically do your own thing.
Exactly.
Right?
So you could do the advantage of doing this. There's a pro and a con. The pro is you have the right to do whatever you want, put out whatever music you like when you want to put it. If I could wake up tomorrow and say I'm dropping a record, but at the end of the day, the disadvantage is also that you have more work to do. Like my team, Dorregos, OC, everybody's like, they don't sleep because now they have to monitor monitor everybody and
they'll be fine. They got 500,000 pounds advance.
Why you putting a figure? We never said that.
Because that's the closest.
We never ever said that.
Is it £1 million?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Is it a million? I think it's around 100,000.
Huh?
What is it? I think it's six figures. I think it's 6 figures.
But the cocoa is like that's what we've done, and then hopefully before the album is out, we'll figure out a global situation and roll it out properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let me see. Oh, you didn't talk about the deal with what's his name, Diplo's.
Oh yeah. So with Diplo, what we've done with Diplo is we've done. I think we've done Leg Over Remix and Pommy Water licensing deal for just North America.
Okay.
So that's where that is. It was just 2 records licensing deal. So the same thing, they got to promote it in North America, and we share. I think that we. Yeah,
the revenue from the sales that goes to them.
No, it's a different deal. So
okay.
it goes. We just split it from the get-go. We just split the revenue from point A. So we're sharing it, but they put up the marketing.
Okay, so they have to push it.
Yeah, they have to push it because they have to make their marketing money back.
So technically, doing your deals this way, that means you're making way more money than if you just signed with one person.
True, you're making way more money.
You're making probably times 5.
Yeah.
Because if you have probably times 3. If you have Africa, if you have North America, and then Europe, well UK, not the whole of Europe, just UK.
Yeah.
So that's like times.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you could cut it. You could do Europe, then you do Africa, then you do America, then you do Canada, then you do South America.
Yeah.
Then you do. Have I mentioned Europe? Australia. Then you do Australia, and you do Asia. So if you split it up, you could get more money for that same record.
Yeah.
My last record, the money I got for Lagos to London, that's like what I'm getting for like one song.
Yeah.
So and it's because we split it up, and then you could negotiate fairly because you could say, yo, in the UK I have 30% of my listeners in the UK, so and this is the number, so you should offer us this. So it's a lot of admin. He's not smiling, like he's not sleeping. My manager is not sleeping.
It's a
my lawyer is not sleeping. She's tired. She's going crazy.
It's a very ballsy move. It's
a
very ballsy move. So when you go into the meetings with these record labels and you say, and they're like, oh, we want to sign you, and you're like, actually, I don't want to be signed, but this is what I have in mind. What's their first reaction?
They like it. Like a lot of times they're like right now we've been fortunate that we we speak directly with chairmen of the labels and presidents, and they're saying they're trying to take my manager. They're like, oh, will you come for 3 months and just come work with us? And by the time he goes to them now, he'll no more manage Mr. Eazi. We have to sign a non-compete clause. That you're working with Banku Music, and if you leave Banku Music, you can't work for any other label for 2 years or for 6 years. That kind of thing. But they like it because obviously they want to try something different as well that works.
Yeah.
So they're okay,
and I imagine this is because everyone's crazy about Afrobeats.
Yeah.
And this is less of a risk for them, isn't it? It's less of a risk, isn't it? Because they're not promoting a whole project. They're promoting 2 songs.
Yes, but they want, it's more of a risk for them because this is what happens. If one of the 2 singles, now I think London Town is like number 130 or something on the charts. If London Town becomes, say, top 40 or top 80, or makes its way to top 20, and then the second one makes its way to top 20 or top 10 or top 5, when we're getting into the table to negotiate the album, I'll be like, I want more. I'll be like, I have 2 top 40s, so you need to increase my money by, say, 10 or by 5 or by 2. So, and I can even go to another label. I can say, okay, au revoir, and then I move
I'm going somewhere else.
to Universal or Warner. So it's
interesting.
So it's so much risk for them, and it's so much risk for them. And the thing is, African music, much as everybody's excited worldwide about
I don't think a
African
lot of people understand
music.
it.
It's
I
not.
don't think they don't.
Yeah, they don't understand. They just know
it
there's
like that.
excitement, and then we don't yet have the numbers. Like
Yeah.
the biggest, if you say this is
Sales and
yes,
everything.
in terms of sales, how much are we selling? So, and that's sometimes when you get into these meetings, that's where they shoot you, because they say when you call up with,
Can you give
when
them...
you say a figure, when you say, oh, this is the figure I want to get, they'll be like, okay, but you're not the biggest artist in Africa, so
Can you
the
give
biggest
them
artist
like
in Africa, what's he
Alaba
selling?
market numbers? You can't give them
You
local
can't,
numbers.
because like how do you track? There's almost nobody that can come
If I
and
was
say
you,
I have sold this numbers, because where's the money? If you want to, do you know when they do this is it RAI or RI certification?
Yeah.
How are you gonna prove you've sold those records? How?
I have a guy.
Mm-hmm.
He can help you.
I say what?
Don't worry, he'll sort it out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off air.
But
Right.
you can't. The truth is you can't.
No,
it's not trackable. And what are the numbers?
It's actually very true.
An
It's
album
very
is
true.
150
naira. Yeah.
So what's that? When you're spending how much on promotion? How much does it cost to push music in Nigeria? How much is the album? Who's gonna buy? Who's gonna buy 1 million copies? Who's gonna buy 1 million CDs?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I still have lots and lots of questions, and I'm sure our listeners have tons of questions for you as well. I've been quite nice with my questions so far.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you so much.
I said so far.
I didn't hear that part.
So I'm going to play you released 2 singles.
Yeah.
You released London Town and Overload,
yeah.
featuring Slim Case. I'm going to play that right now,
Yeah,
and
bless.
then more questions from Mr. Eazi.
Bless.
If you would like to speak to him, simply dial 0810-265-0209. And of course, you can send your questions to us via Twitter, twitter.com/TheBeat999FM.
I'm so proud of this, you know.
Well done.
Yeah, that's actually why I came to Nigeria. That's the main reason I came to Nigeria on this trip, to get to get registered to vote. So, yeah.
Well done. Okay, so how important, let's just leave music for a second. How important is it for everyone to get their voters cards?
I think is very, very important for the world you live in, you know, because like if you say, oh, my vote doesn't count, and then you don't vote, you're just even getting things worse, you know. So you need to you know, get registered to vote, get your friends to get registered to vote. If you think you're smart, then get all the people around you who you think are smart to vote. And then if you have 20 million people who think they're smart or want to effect change, it will be easier to, you know, effect change. And even if you don't 100% trust the system, when you have more numbers, it will be very hard to it'll be harder to rig the system. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Big shout out to E. Kelly. He's there somewhere. I didn't even know he was in the studio. How did I miss that?
E. Kelly's too quiet.
I just heard something laughing.
He's only on the drums.
On the beat.
So, hi, hello.
What's up, too?
Okay, alright, so yes, more questions for Mr. Eazi. First off, somebody sent us, let me find this tweet. This is from Dice of Truth. Dice of Truth says, is Mr. Eazi really trying to tell us, for a movement he openly admits doesn't have numbers, he's getting north of 500,000
I didn't see his
pounds?
500,000.
Well, that's why he said no, because we know it's like a bit more than 500,000 pounds for 2 singles. Seriously, people, seriously? So he's basically saying that, you know, you might be telling, you know, some lies.
You know, it's very important to know what's going on. Like, if you, for instance, there's no Spotify. There's only Spotify in South Africa.
Yeah.
So, and then there's Apple Music, but there's not up to the less than 5,000 Apple Music users in Nigeria. So what does that tell you? It takes you if you get 1 million streams on Spotify, that's like £4,000. So if you want to do the maths, if you get an advance of £400,000, how much streams do you have to get to make your advance back? So that's 40 million, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna just say yes because right
so
now
you need 40 million streams. How many of our songs have 40 million streams to make that money back? You know, there's no even Spotify for them to even make that money back. talk less of on Apple Music. So the truth is, I'm an artist. In as much as I would like to blow my own horns and say, oh yeah, we're so big, we're making so much money. The numbers don't lie. You could go on Spotify and see what you're actually doing. So if you spend £10,000 making a record, if a label gives you £10,000, like for instance, Guilty Beats, right? Guilty Beats from Aquaba, he got a £5,000 advance for Aquaba from Banco Music, and then he's already made his money back in like a month because Aquaba has over 2 million streams on Spotify and Apple Music, so it's justified.
But what you said off air is that even though you don't have, even though it's difficult to get accurate numbers here, in the UK, you have got numbers.
Yeah,
You said you have 4 top 40
hits. We've been blessed to have four top 40 hits this year. So we've had 2 songs. Our best performing record this year has been Bad Vibe with Emo. That peaked at number 50. Number 17.
Is it Ray?
And then Ray Decline was number 15. Now the Ray was Decline was number 15. Bad Vibes was number 17. Then you had Bad, which was it peaked at number 33. Then you had what's the other one?
So basically for is it Dice of Truth? So even though the numbers here, like I said, are very, very difficult to, monitor, and it's very difficult to get the accurate numbers. Mr. Eazi, obviously, he has got the numbers in the UK, and that's probably why it's easier for you to, strike these deals with the record labels. Men Made Group says, I've got a question for Mr. Eazi. I know music is important to you, but till death do you part. Question is, what matters to you, the music or the money? Yes, thank you for the letter.
It's both of them. I'm not gonna lie, because the music is who I am, but the money is how I pay my bills. It's how I effect change in my environment. It's how it's my tool to effect change. So both of them are equally important. Like for instance, off the back of what we've been doing, we're launching a $100,000 fund for emerging artists in Africa, which is not signing. Like you're good, you apply, or we find your music, we give you say $1,000 or $2,000 until we exceed $100,000. And by the way, the only way you could get it is you have to be over 18 and you have to be registered to vote. So that I would not be able to.
You need to allow that. You need to make that very, very loud.
Yeah, you have to be over 18 and you have to be registered to vote in your country, like whichever African country you're in. So how will I do that if I didn't have if I hadn't gotten money from the music? For instance, Pour Me Water, we've done like 5 wells already, 5 or 6 wells, and it's purely from revenue from Pour Me Water streams. Pour Me Water has done in total almost 12 million. Is it 12 or 10 million streams on Apple Music and Spotify? And for every 1 million streams, we do a well. So how would I do these wells in communities that don't have? In Ogun State alone, we've done 3 wells. How will I do that without the money? So both of them are very,
very important.
Yeah.
Well, you did mention something. You just mentioned upcoming artists. Daniel Temple says, "Shout out to you, boss. What is your greatest achievement in life and in this music industry?" And he goes, "Please follow me back and support me. I'm a young artist with no funds."
I like that, straight to the point. I don't know. It's very hard to say, but I feel like for me, the greatest thing has been making my family, my immediate family, very proud. From my mom to my sister, my brother, my dad, and people that know me. I feel like that's the greatest thing, making family proud of you. Like my dad goes to amongst his friends and says, "Yo, my boy, Mr. Eazi, that's my son." My mom, same thing. So that's been the greatest, the greatest thing for me. Yeah. That's
sweet. All right, so I think I've been quite nice with questions so far.
Yeah,
let's just go a little bit deeper. So a lot of people love you. A few people hate you. A lot of people hate you because of your girlfriend.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Oh, there are lots of people that are quite jealous.
This is new to me.
Yes. So you are dating. you want to say her name or should I say her name?
Oh, you say.
You're dating Timmy.
Yeah.
Timmy Otedola. And a lot of people are like, he's dating a billionaire's daughter. How? I'm so jealous. I'm so this. I'm so that. First off, I honestly thought it was like a PR thing.
Are you for real?
I thought it was a PR thing.
Why is that though?
I don't know. I just kind of thought that okay, this is very, very spicy. This is very juicy news. Maybe it's a PR thing. And then you guys have been together for how long now?
Over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah.
How did you meet?
It was Copy. Copy has been my friend for like 2 years.
So she introduced you guys?
Not entirely. Copy invited me for, like, I just started going to London a lot, and anytime I go, I'll just stay indoors. So she was like, you know what, I'm playing somewhere, why don't you, I think it was a big event, why don't you come, so that you could meet people and get out of your house, And then I came, and she had also invited like other friends, but I think I came too early. You know them ones where you go too early to an event. And then
no, I don't. I've never been.
I'm sure. Like I'm sure. I've gone to an event early.
I've gone to an event at the end.
Oh whoa!
But never early.
Whoa! So and Timmy also she always goes to events very early. Like if you say the event is starting at 9, she'll be there at 9. Like
she's not Nigerian enough. So you saw her, and then what were your first thoughts?
So yeah, I saw her. I honestly didn't know she was Copy's sister. So we just, Did
you go up to her and just say, "It's your boy Eazi"?
Nah, she didn't. No. She knew my songs, but she didn't know me. Like she knew my songs, but she didn't know the face of the song. So I had to introduce myself. Oh, my name is Tosin. Mr. Eazi. I sang Skin Tight. I sang,
Was there a part of you that was maybe intimidated afterwards when you found out that she was like a billionaire's daughter?
Not at all. I think it depends on your mindset, because at the end of the day, everybody's a human being. So, and that's my mindset. Everybody's a human being. So there was no form of intimidation. There's never been a form of intimidation.
I've got a personal question.
Yeah.
What do you buy for a billionaire's daughter on her birthday?
Anything,
Like you got what? Was it for Valentine's Day or your birthday? You got like the writing in the sky.
Oh, that was. And
people birthday. Weirdly enough, people went in on you for that.
Yeah, that was last year's birthday. But for us, like for a lot of people, I'm sure even for yourself, for people who like are working and like the jobs get to, take them places.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most valuable thing you could offer to your partner is like time and attention and
in addition to
the typical Lagos babe. She's like, I want the time and attention, but
no, I don't consider myself a typical, Lagos babe.
Okay,
I have to be honest. I feel like obviously quality time is very, very important. But I like new shiny things as well.
Yeah, but what if like if you have like, it depends. Like you might be a bag person.
Yeah.
Or you might be a shoes person.
Yeah.
And you might have so much shoes that there's only a level of excitement before you get the next shoe.
That's actually where you've just made a big mistake.
What's that?
You can never have enough shoes.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm teaching
me. As for me, look at me.
You're teaching me business. You can never have enough shoes.
You're the winner on that. My manager, once I get if I get like, sometimes I'm in love with, say, one Adidas sneakers. I could go and get 2 of the same, different colors. And I'm telling you, they have to hide it from me, because I would wear those 2 shoes when I'm going to church, when I'm going to the club, when I'm going to a meeting. Only those 2 shoes. So I can relate when you say
no. I can go shopping. I can go shopping and buy like 4 pairs of shoes.
What?
And then
4 pairs.
I could buy.
Are you saying in one
one go? If I see them and I'm like, oh, I need these, or these are nice, and then like a week later or a few days later, if I see something online and it's nice, I'll be like, I like like those.
Yeah.
So you can never have enough shoes.
Yeah.
So what's the future? I mean, you know, you guys have been together for that's not a really long time. So, but what's the future? Are there going to be, you know, wedding bells soon?
Sus, are
Look.
you a counselor, a wedding counselor, a wedding planner? Maybe you're trying to
Easy.
pitch. Let's understand what's going on
something.
now. Let's understand.
Let me tell you something. If you don't marry her, I will. Okay. Seriously. Hi Timmy. I know you don't know me very well, but you know, I had Eazi on my show, and I mean, just in case things don't work out.
Oh my God.
So I mean, I'm not a marriage counselor, but I'm just curious. So
you're a wedding planner, so let's know what it is.
As long as you invite me to the wedding, and I don't need a visa, so wherever in the world it's gonna be, you know, it's good. So are there wedding bells in your future?
You know, you hope for in every relationship that's like the solid, you know, that you're enjoying. You hope to take it as far as possible. I hope to take it as far as possible. You know, that's.
You want to marry her?
Two sports headline. Mr. Eazi says he's going to marry Temi Otedola, and then somebody will add tomorrow.
Let's just say, because I'm still trying to understand, you know, the kind of person you are. So let's just say this is like, you know, a year down the line, you guys are still together, going strong.
Yeah.
How would you propose? What kind of person are you? Would it be like would you kind of bring her out like during one of your shows and propose, or would it be like a very private?
No, I think I'm more of for that kind of thing. I think it has to be private. Probably just the two of you, and then you have some camera guy just hiding somewhere so that, you know, she can have it and you can have it, you know. But I think I favor the private one as against like sharing. Maybe I could do the private one, and then maybe something maybe in a show I'll be like, and guess what, guys, I want to introduce you to Mrs. blah blah blah, you know. But
you thought about this?
No, you
thought about this? Oh my gosh, she's thought about it. You had it here first. They're gonna get married.
You can't be with somebody you're not like, you know.
Oh, you know. Please! Everybody at one point has dated somebody that they in a lifetime they would not want to marry that person, but they're okay just dating. They're okay just dating.
That was indeed true.
All right, so we need to wrap things up soon. What's next for you?
Yes,
you've done a whole bunch of shows this year.
Yeah.
You said you did the Afro Republic.
Yeah.
Which other big shows?
I've been on the Happy Boy tour this year. We've done Zambia, Kenya, Haiti, Oslo, Copenhagen, Ghana. I've done a couple, and I'm on the Happy Boy tour, and it's about to get crazy from Friday. So from Friday I play Sona Festival at Ibiza, and then the festival season begins for me. I'm playing almost every day, and then I have
which big festivals?
I'm doing Reading and Leeds. I'm doing
that's pretty big.
Doing Afro Punk in Paris. I'm doing Sona. I'm doing Encore. I'm doing one I can't mention now. One very big one I can't mention now because like I'm supposed to be.
You already said you're proposing next year. So
I didn't say that. You know,
who else heard that? I heard that.
There's a lot, and then we do the U.S. North American tour, and then I dropped the project Lagos to London somewhere ends of August, early September.
Okay. So is that are you gonna drop any new singles before that?
Yeah. So ideally, I'm going. There's one huge one dropping on Friday. It's with Rudimental, Major Lazer, Anne Marie.
Oh, nice.
It's called Let
Look
Me
at the way
Be.
you just mentioned that. Like, actually, I almost forgot. But
yeah. So that's a big one dropping on Friday. Then there'll be 2 more before the project. Yeah, the project should have between 7 to 10 records.
Okay. And that's out in August.
Yeah, that's out in late August or early September.
Okay, all right. So I've seen this question a few times. I feel like we talked about it last time, but people still want to know: are you signed to Wiz's record label?
No, I'm on Banku Music, my record label.
Okay, so it's a relationship.
Yes.
All right, so hopefully that sorts that out, you know, once and for all.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping by. This has been interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Except
as
where
usual.
you tried to
I was not
get
even
a headline.
I was not even bad. I could have asked you one or two.
Yeah, thank you for taking it easy on me.
It's always
lovely.
interesting having you here. I look forward to seeing you like do your business music.
Yeah,
business
I
lessons.
definitely
I really think
should
you
do
should.
that.
I think you should.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We should.
Just let us know
should
so
do
we
it.
can help spread the word and everything.
Yeah, we should
Best
do it.
of luck. Best of luck with
Yeah,
everything.
you too.
Best of luck with your many deals. Best of
I need that. I need all
Best
of
of luck
that.
with that. Best of luck on your upcoming wedding. Seriously, if you don't invite me, I will be so upset.
Oh my
I will
god.
be so upset.
Oh my god.
And yeah, we look forward to. I can't wait to hear this track
Yeah.
that comes out on Friday.
Yeah, I'll make sure Dorigos, we have to send
Yes.
maybe today, tomorrow to you.
Clean version, please.
Yeah,
Very
no, it's clean. It's a very, it's 100% clean.
Okay.
There's nothing there.
And last but definitely not least, what would you
Yeah.
like to say to your fans?
It's always like thanks, gratitude for the support. Like the support is crazy. So much support. On listening to the music, sharing the music. Coming out. So it's just thank you. God bless you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you once again for stopping by. I'm
Yeah,
going to leave you with
blessings.
this one. Is there something else you need to add? I'm going to leave you with this
Oh,
one.
I have one more thing.
Go on.
My manager just. Yeah, the last
But
thing
that's,
I'm gonna say.
no, you're not allowed to say
The-
because he said you shouldn't tell us
the,
the
la-
amount.
the last thing I'm gonna say is like I just want to say this once and for all to my fans too. Like, don't believe everything you read on Instablog Ninja. Don't believe.
I see. I was gonna ask you about.
And I'm out.
Lock the door.